You'd never know such grand things were being attempted at Resurrections Unlimited by this nondescript anteroom, which seems to serve as both a box storage area, utilities room, and guard room for the entrance to the company.
We've seen worse than this so far.
A lone staffer eyes you indifferently.
About time you two showed up. It's been one long nightmare maintaining the stock with the backup computers. We have to get the main system up, or I can't guarantee that some of our clients' Essence files won't be corrupted.
Wanna come again with that?
Aren't you two here to install the new motherboard on the Dill 3000?
Yeah, well, yeah. What else would we be here for?
Well, then get to it. The data storage chamber is through that door. Be careful. You have to deactivate the security system. But they would have told you how to do that when they ordered the motherboard. Sure, we'll be glad to have that system up and running.
The Dill 3000. Let's go and take a look at this security system.
You are immediately confronted by a bank of laser beams, clearly meant to trigger alarms, or worse. You're going to have to negotiate it somehow, but there's nothing else in the room that can help you. They've let the decorating of this room slide.
Alright, let's keep that noise down for a little while. So far, this has been the most annoying sequence of the game. You can see those lasers, or lights, rapidly moving up and down. Well, what's coming up next is a minigame. Now, I'm not going to make any bones about this. The next thing you will see after this screen will be a pre-recorded video, because the next segment is utter bullshit. And I don't tend to swear lightly when I'm recording videos, but this segment is bullshit. And trying to get through this segment, you can see that how quickly those lights are moving. We have to maneuver through 4 of them in succession without triggering the alarm. If we trigger the alarm, we get arrested, and the game ends. And if you walk up to these lights to try to pass underneath them, the alarm goes off. There is one way to get through them, and that is by using this Mechanic's Creeper right here. Now, I might make this look easy in a video, but I will give you some more information when we get through. So enjoy this next segment, because I certainly did not. That took 25 minutes to get through. I did try to complete that segment during this playthrough, but I failed on the 3rd gate. But anyway, we're here now. This is a previously saved game. So what do we get for our troubles? Let's have a look.
The place where Resurrections Inc. stores bodies for future reincarnation. In life, everyone seems like a unique individual, but in death, there is a numbing similarity to the draped figures in this room.
This is what we are here for. And I believe a direct translation from Google Translate, of all places, this says vocabulary is acquired to come from the parent. Now, I'm sure there is someone out there who actually speaks Latin who can give me a better translation. But for now, that will have to do. So, after all of that, we are done here. let's move on to the next place. We need to go to the Federal Center Southwest, which isn't actually in the Southwest. Well, maybe southwest of Washington, but not of this map.
Also known as the meat locker, this is where the flesh, blood, nerves, and muscle tissue was grown for the meat's synthetic multiservers and birthing units. Although these techs have long been outlawed for decades, the fact that there is some fresh growth on the framing units indicates that someone has tried to start things back up. A 5-gallon can of kerosene.
No description of this steel cup? I guess not.
A meat birthing unit patiently waits. You eye the gestational chamber with suspicion. A basic scientific beaker, unchanged for centuries. A small version of the basic measuring cup for scientists. A man works feverishly amidst the desolation of the long-abandoned factory. This powerful handheld electromagnet could yank the fillings out of the androgyne at 50 feet.
Alright, before we speak to the people in this room, let's steal all of their stuff. Is that everything? I believe so.
This is even creepier than Charles.
I'm surprised at your revulsion, Rachel. Birthing units like this would have liberated women from childbearing.
I am programmed to respond to doubts you may have about the moral dilemmas some find inherent in my existence.
Yeah, I do have some questions.
That won't be necessary, 5088. I don't think your pre-programmed arguments will persuade us.
I am a fecund 5088 birthing unit. I am designed to be a superior gestational unit. The fetal chamber is lined with a biocircuitry interweave to constantly monitor fetal respiration, heartbeat, and important growth factors. Options: available sensory throughputs to fetus, soothing sounds and music, comforting visual displays, direct projection of parents' voices into fetal chamber, DAT recordings playable to assist in subliminal environmental orientation.
Enough! Oh, God, this is making me sick.
I merely recite relevant facts pertaining to childbirth.
Simulating the reproductive experience. Not everything can be fabricated in a lab.
The existence of this unit proves otherwise. The essentials of the human reproductive events can and have been substantially improved by...
That's enough, 5088. I'm afraid my partner will pull your plug if you keep it up.
My self-diagnostic indicates intensive, decades-long neglect to primary mechanical units.
You can say that again. The hand put your creators out of business. I'll give them that much.
Meats or the hands rule? Which one's the greater evil? Perverse mockeries of motherhood or tyrants ruling in the name of God? Some choice.
Where does it gestate the fetus exactly? It seems like only half a unit.
Oh, shit! You're the heat! I knew it! I'm gonna fry! Oh, shit! Look, I'm just a businessman, really. I don't know for morality or ethics. I'm just looking to turn a buck here.
Don't wet your pants, pal. We're ducking the big heater ourselves. Help us out, and we'll pretend we never saw this place.
All right, all right. What do you want to know? He's the reason I'm so jumpy. What happened to him? I figured the hands onto us. They got him while he was sitting in the barber's chair. Apparently his wife shrugged it off as God's will. She actually took comfort that he died as part of something big like a scrub cleanup.
No mystery why they wiped him. If he was poking through this tissue shop with you, he must have been up to his eyebrows in illegal tech. So you came here.
Figured this would be the last place anyone would look for me. I was just trying to score enough to make it overseas. I hooked with Jimmy because he knew the city, and because I liked his resume. He'd seen it all, hit it rich, and then lost everything when Mephisto revenged his losses in the commodities market by burning down the Chicago Exchange. Wiped out 3/4 of their records and a lot of fortunes that day.
Yeah, we heard about it.
Jimmy was always vague about his private life. He never wanted to talk about anything that happened more than 5 or 6 years ago. It was almost like those parts of his life didn't matter anymore. One time he opened up, told me about a brother of his who was a fighter for the Citizens Freedom Front.
Where do we find him?
You don't. Apparently he was killed in a CFF action a couple of years ago. That's all Jimmy ever said about it. I could tell. He took it hard. He said it was like part of him died when he lost his brother.
You say he died 2 years ago. You're certain he's dead?
His brother was pretty damn sure about it.
Anything else you can tell us about Henley? Anything peculiar?
Nothing, other than the fact that he was an outlaw. He did have a strange fixation on a Latin phrase, vocabulum est tabula, ominous venere ab genitor. Wore a chain around his neck with that phrase on it. I never figured that out.
Might seem like nothing now, but it could be important later.
Everything feels like it will be important later.
So what's the scam?
Black market for synthetic tissues is booming. All we need are some genetic data on the meat genome, some salvage from this place, and we can begin production of a commercial biomass.
You pig. Didn't the meat fiasco mean anything to you? You want to bring that back?
No. We aren't looking to grow meats. Too hard to smuggle on shore. We're looking to fabricate organs for the black market. Artificial skin grafts, that kind of stuff.
Mass-produced flesh for an illegal market. Makes flesh and blood just one more commodity. One more item for sale. One more replaceable product.
She's a beauty, huh? I'm going to smuggle her to Europe. There are collectors there that have paid me a fortune for her. That's a near mint condition fecund 8088 birthing unit. Little old, but the tissue's in great shape. They had food stocks and concentrated vitamin compounds stored here. She was able to stay fed through all these years.
Did he say fecund 1888? Or did I just mishear that?
That turns my stomach.
Well, her value's entirely as a museum piece at this point. The gestational chamber, amniotic fluid recycler, fetal perceptual stimulator. You can't get parts for this stuff anymore. You're not turning me in, right? You gave me your word you wouldn't turn me in.
We gave you nothing. When we've taken care of our own business, we just might be back for you.
Hey, cut me a break, guys. I'm just trying to make an almost honest living.
Alright, let's move. We're now going to Capital South, which I hope is in the south. Now that is an interesting ability. Although, maybe he needs to calm down with these for now? Or in general? What are they exactly?
The Menial's World Headquarters seems like a crash pad for college boys drummed out of their frat house for being too rowdy and slovenly. And of course there's nothing in the fridge but beer.
Okay, it's beer. I'm guessing this is cocaine or some sort of equivalent. And we have a syringe and some pills.
We're gonna have to do something about this boozing psionic before we can get the collector.
Oh, we will.
A menial slumps in his chair, all bad attitude and unfocused anger. By clamping the jacks to their victim's nervous system, psionics can use this device to collect empathic resonances. The menial's refrigerator is always well stocked with Ausgezeichnet Altbrau, their beer of choice. Mick routinely levitates bottles from the refrigerator to ease his seemingly unquenchable thirst.
Oh, he does not mind if we take one with us.
Who are you? You're lucky I've been partying all day or I'd scan all your secrets.
If I even think I feel your drunken presence stumbling through my mind, I'll shoot you full of holes.
Got yourself a killer, Charlie? She must rough your ass up good.
You're disgusting.
Listen, here's the pitch. We're out of Chicago, jobbing for a Yakuza family that's branching out from designer drugs to experiential imprints. Supplies reliable. Got a pair of surgeons in the central clinic giving us access to anesthetized patients.
Menial's got wallet enough, Jack. We're stripping empathics from the loonies in Ariak Asylum over in Foggy Bottom. The nations are paying serious coin, and there's no détente between the Japs and the Redskins. Circuit's overloading, and his braves would have our scalps for dealing with Yakuza. That's that, Jack. You two can leave me to my beer now.
Well, we will, but before we leave, I wonder who has this. Oh, Stephen. Now, I'm pretty sure I've played 2 or 3 games this past year which involve spiking someone's drink.
That doesn't work.
Okay. It's quite confusing, this inventory system sometimes. When I used the creeper, I had to right click on Rachel. But when I try to use it on this guy, it does not work. So left click it is.
I can't give this thing away.
Really?
That doesn't work.
Oh yes, sorry, we need to put it back in the fridge. There we go. It's me being an idiot. There we go. Now we can steal his stuff. Alright. Let's head out and solve another puzzle or two. Finally. Well, we just solved one puzzle. We're now going back to the gang alley.
maybe we could talk. If you guys actually did something around here besides gawking like a couple of kids on a field trip.
Okay, I thought that we could do this one first, but no, we need to make this still for Languo first. Now, what do you believe that we have in our inventory to make a still? I mean, we have these large beakers. Not sure about the kerosene. We need to use this jury rig to manipulate this copper tubing. There we go. A silver still.
That doesn't work.
Okay.
Here's the still, kid. Now, you better give us something on Brian Avery, and it better be good.
Oh, man, this is perfect, man. Barbara's gonna love this, man. As soon as she comes to.
Now talk.
Sure, man. No problem. What am I talking about?
Brian Avery.
Oh, right. Okay, Brian Avery. Yeah, he got killed.
We know that already. What was he doing around here?
He got stuff. In fact, he was supposed to get us a new holovision. I was all set, man. Put my feet up, had a bag of chips, was just hanging out, getting prepped, resting up. And then I woke up and somebody said he was a goner. A real drag, you know. He was even getting us this set I could use the old remote on and everything.
Is that all?
Well, I don't know. It might work on other things, but it's really made just for holovisions, man.
No, I mean, do you have any other info?
Not really, man.
Come on, Rach. I can tell by the smoke coming out of your ears that it's time to go.
Hey, thanks for the still, man. Feel free to look around or whatever, wherever you want, man.
We can now enter this room here, but it's pointless right at this moment. It's time we speak to Electric Sex again. She will talk to us now we have given Languo the still.
I heard what went on next door. You two are pretty resourceful.
When we want to be, when there's something in it for us.
How about now? I could use somebody like you two. I've had my eye on someone for some time. Someone from the other side. It's better than anything I could get around here.
Better than, say, Dolph?
You got it. He's mostly all talk. Anytime I want talk, I'll get an interactive computer game. No, I've had my eye on Drip. Maybe you met him?
He sounds like a real catch.
Don't let the name fool you. Besides, I can smell virgins a mile away. Of course, since he's fresh, he lacks the nerve. What I need is a place away from here where I can make him loosen up. Someplace private.
And if we did help, what could you do for us?
Well, maybe you've noticed Dolph's private little hideaway back there. He's got some things on that system of his that may surprise you.
What kind of things?
Well, if I told you, then I wouldn't be a very good deal maker, now would I? And I don't do anything unless I'm very good at it. Why don't you get me what I'll need, and then we'll talk.
Okay, so we need to find a place where Electric Sex and Drip can go to get some private time. Now, we can sort of do that. We have the key to Dante's apartment, but there is already two people there. But still, if it works for her, then it works for us.
Got something for me, I see.
We found a place. We got a key to a friend's apartment. It's relatively safe.
Thanks, sugar. Just what the doctor ordered. Now for your present. As you may have known, Dolph and I have spent quite a bit of time together. Anyway, old Dolph not only thinks a lot of himself, he thinks a lot of it in his sleep. Out loud. And one thing that always comes up is this word. BloodNet.
What good is that? The name of some archaic parlor game? Listen, we went to a lot of trouble getting this key. What the hell does BloodNet mean to us?
It means plenty. I'm not risking my own skin just to do in that waste of human tissue. But you two just might be able to take care of this. Use it. Nice working with you. You've given me...
Oh, sorry, I did not mean to skip that conversation. When she was talking, I thought there was more, like, written dialogue. Alright, let's enter this back room.